I'm happy to be back, and it's been a really exciting time for gold because earlier this week, gold hit another all-time high, $2,599 an ounce. Wow. It's I really feel like 3,000 an ounce is on the horizon. Oh yeah, it's this is some news that I got today. So I found out today that earlier this month, a couple of really big developers, like name brand developers that build these big residences, and then they slap like a well-known hotel name on the outside of the building, right, like Endry or Mandarin Oriental. Right. That a couple of buildings owned by two different developers in New York and in Los Angeles, they've actually defaulted on the loans and given up the properties to the lenders in bankruptcy. And in the bankruptcy, now what they're going to do is try to recoup their money. So they're going to sell these units that have never been sold since these new buildings went up, and they're going to go for like a big discount. So anybody that bought at full price when these buildings first opened, they're going to really take a hit. And we hear these stories all the time, but this is one that I know about and I've been following. So these are, like, New York, they have
the commercial real estate is a disaster.
Yeah, it's interesting because when crypto came around many years ago now, a lot of young people did start to get involved. Like you would have like teenagers that made money in Bitcoin, and they're out there driving Lamborghinis because they did so well. Then Robinhood came out, and Robinhood is a platform where you can trade crypto and trade stocks. I think it's not a good platform, and they've had a lot of trouble. But it's a young people platform. Like no experienced traders trade on that platform. Right. But it's been really good for the people that are in the age group of 18 to 24 because they've seen what could happen with crypto, and now crypto's kind of lost its luster. Right. And they moved into stocks, and you saw what they did with like AMC and all the meme stocks. And I'm in these groups, so I get these messages through Reddit all the time. Right. And they're watching the stock market, and now they're starting to talk about gold and silver.
I noticed.
And people are showing pictures. They're sharing pictures of the amount of silver that they've bought. And it's not a lot, but they're smart. They're doing what they can.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that it's one of those things where the BRICS nations now, when they roll out their new payment system that's expected to be backed by gold, right, that they represent 81.5% of the world's countries. So they've already won that battle. Right. I mean, they've probably won the war. Yeah. And at this point, if you can't beat them, join them, or possibly one up them. Right. And I think that Trump is going to come up with some really great plan for us to go back on a gold-backed currency system, but it won't be the traditional currency, it'll be electronic. And we're already seeing that. I'm a big sports fan. I go to Dodger games all the time. Dodger games, they're cashless. You go to Dodger Stadium, there is no cash at all. You have to use your phone. And we've seen this at other places as well, different fast food places. So they're conditioning us to, when we do go to gold-backed, that it is going to be a central bank digital currency, or possibly a U.S. digital currency, and we're going to still pay with our phones. Well, we continue to see people that have reached out before with questions or wanting a better understanding of how turning a 401k or an IRA into a precious metals IRA works. And those people keep coming back, and it's great. And many of them are moving forward. And I love it because we're all about the education here, not just saying things, but trying to back it up with facts. And we give people the information that they need to make an educated decision. And when they're comfortable, they do make that decision. So it's a complete non-taxable event to roll over a retirement account into a gold-backed IRA. And this is real gold and silver that's stored in a third-party depository, and it's insured while it's there. And we're the ones that deliver it there. So we get it there quickly. You can see that it's there on your statement. The fees are maybe $275 to set up, and then it's about $150 or $175 a year after that. It's just a really, like, that's nothing. That's like a fluctuation that you could see on the upside or downside on any given day in your retirement account. But exactly. The stocks will not continue to go up the way that they have for the better part of 15 years now. There will be a reset, and people are going to get hurt, so they need to be better prepared. Yeah, it's true. It really does. So I'll use a gentleman that is doing a liquidation with us today as an example. He has a precious metals IRA that he set up through us. So those metals are stored at the Delaware Depository, and that's the one that we use. He set up a cash account there as well, where he has metals stored at the exact same depository outside of an IRA, and he has metals at home. So he's had this lingering home project that he's been doing, and the contractors just sent him a bill for another $30,000, and he needs to cover that. So he's never sold us anything that he had physically at home, and he was thinking at first that he wanted to send us a bunch of silver to do that. That can be a little cumbersome because you've got boxes of silver. You need to figure out exact counts of each to match up what we're buying for the $30,000.
Right.
Instead, we opted to take the $30,000 out of the metals that he had stored in his personal storage account.
Right.
So he just needed to know what we recommend out of his inventory that he sells for $30,000. We told him, he said yes. He doesn't have to count anything. He doesn't have to lift any boxes. He doesn't have to wait for FedEx to come pick it up. He doesn't have to drop it off at FedEx. And we'll have those metals in our account in 48 hours, and he gets a wire the next day.
That's perfect.
Yeah, so anybody out there that's listening right now that has ever sold a property or sold anything for a significant amount of cash to them, and once that money's sitting in your bank account, your savings or checking, and you log in on your phone and you look at that big number, it's a little scary when you start turning on the news and you see all the bad things that are happening here in the world, and you start thinking about all the bad things that could happen to that. So oftentimes we'll have people go all in on gold or all in on gold and a portion of silver, and literally just transfer it all into metals. And then from time to time they need money and they'll sell back a little bit of it. But look at it this way. A year ago today, gold was $1,820 an ounce. People that invested in that, as you just said, they're not investing in it like it's hoping that it'll go up or afraid that it'll go down. They're trying to hedge against inflation. This is like an insurance policy against their portfolio.
Right.
On occasion, it does go up enough to make a difference. So it was $1,820 a year ago. Today, it's at $2,588 an ounce.
Right.
This is a 42% gain in a year. Now, we're not in any way promising that you could even have a gain from today to 12 months from now. We don't know that. We can't predict the future, but everything is right in front of us. And we're seeing the central banks gathering up the most amount of gold that they ever have. There's all this talk about a gold-backed CBDC and possibly something better than that here in the United States. Right. We're seeing the price of gold just continue to go up. The big brokerage houses, Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, Citigroup, they're all saying that gold could hit 3,000 sometime in the near future. So the writing's on the wall.
Go ahead.
Absolutely. I think the thing that we want to see the most is if you have questions or if you would like to roll over a retirement account into a precious metals IRA, then put that in that form, because I have just one specific team here at Beverly Hills Precious Metals that specializes in that. If one of the other people here speak with you, they can also do it too. Everyone here does them, but I have one team that's just so excellent at getting these done quickly that really we're getting them done in 2 weeks or less lately. And that's important with the price of metals moving. It's nice to get people in as quickly as possible. Right. If you're a complete novice and you really don't know where to start, let us know, because there's a handful of people here that could walk you through the process from the very beginning. Like, for example, what type of silver should I get? Should I get 1 ounce silver? Should I get 10 ounce, 100 ounce silver? Do I need the older coins? And we can go over all that with you. So if you be as specific as you can, and no question is too basic. Well, one thing a lot of people are asking lately is, wow, gold and silver have gone up so much. Is it too late for me to get in now? No, it's absolutely not too late. Our currency is in the process of switching over to a type of currency that we've never even seen or considered before. So we really are going away from using coins and paper dollar bills to be able to transact with. Things are changing. It's not too late. So
right.